tell me? Oh, 35. Okay. Game 2. Really like the Lux call overall. You're just perma-fighting him. You need to be a little bit slower to use the Q there. Good cleanse. Got a flash out. That's great. Oh. Yeah, lucky that the homie. So right here, you don't run. You should run to your blob here. Where you're at and his health are at, you run away from him. If you run to your blob, you get another W off sooner, and I don't think you lose passive there. So just being a little bit, again, that's learning of the champion and things like that. Hard shove it. When you do this, okay, right here. The little thing. So you Q, and you Q these two minions together. Don't do that. You want to Q someone over here, because it does AoE damage. So when you slam the minions together, or champions, or whatever you end up slamming, anything in its path also take damage. And so for pushing purposes, it's better for you to Q this one, and then Q one of these ones, and it'll go through and it'll hit all of them as it passes through. So just a little thing for pushing waves on Zach. Waves are good. It is what it is. They like flashed on you. I get it. That's a hard one to deal with. We trade, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. It would have been a little better if our ADC got it, but we can't. Can't control the tick of burn. So one thing for this top wave, you keep fighting in these big minion waves. You need to stop fighting in these minion waves. One thing to do here, so what I would have done here, I'm just going to throw this back. I know we're watching bot lane. Okay, so Zach here. I actually hide. I sacrifice some minions here. So I go right here. And when I stay just in range to get turrets, or to get some minions. You're not getting blobs also. You're getting your blobs. Like you just missed multiple blobs. Anyways, what I would have done there is I would have gone right here and I would have E'd over the wall and knocked him up. It gives you an insta Q. So what you do is you hit him, you Q, whether you hit a minion or not. You just, if you hit him, you obviously auto a minion. If you don't hit him, you auto him. You E on landing, and then you insta ult. And I have killed people because it clears that combo with E, AoE Q, and your E and your W. All of that in combination plus ult will kill the wave, and then the ult pushes him under turret if you position yourself properly. So that's just a little tiny thing you could have tried to do. I would have tried to do that, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. I do think Prime is something to consider. I do think we may need to look at a champion that can match the brand, the Janna, those types, I feel like when they draft something like a brand, we're kind of at a loss of what we need to play. We kind of just say, okay, we're going to sack lane and we're going to pick something that, while it sucks, like you're good at, which is fine. But I think trying to add something that does well into the brand would be a good call. I also think that we need to work on the Zyra a little bit. You said that in the next game, I think Zyra would have been a really good pick into Leona, but you said you struggle on that. But like Zyra is considered a counter to Leona. Like that's what Zyra does. Is those type champions struggle against Zyra, and so I think that we need to just work on the Zyra a little bit, work on that. I think we're good. That's a little bit of a rough trade. I like what you're trying to do there. Unfortunately, they are 6, so we just need to be aware of that, and they just combo it. This is how this lane is going to go. Yeah, pick up your blobs. Just be a little bit in fights. You need to be a little more understanding of where your blobs are and pick them up a little bit better. I think that was really good. I think we could have. I think you could have predicted that. I think you could have totally done a what's his face? What's his name? Mad Life. I think he could have known he would flash that. It may have looked dumb if he didn't, but I would have gone for a flash and then hook where I think he's gonna flash. I think that would have been an opportunity to do that. That was a really late cleanse. If you're gonna use it, use it. That was a good disengage. I don't think you need to chase a Zac there. He was going to be dead. I don't think you need to be chasing as the Zac. You could have just gone to your minions. Not a big deal. It's a little tiny thing that you could have been like to... Oh, he was dead, or we're fine. Oh, man, that was close. I think it's really hopeful, I guess, with that R. I don't think that was a super great R. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's how that works. You're gonna die sometimes in this lane. Die here. This is not understanding when you're like your timers are and stuff, like in terms of resets. You need to be better about resetting here. So you should have reset when you got the kill. You should have pushed the wave and instantly reset, and then you could have TP'd back, but instead you're losing plates because you didn't do that. Like I said, the combo too is if you're trying to surprise him, instead of doing what you're doing, run over here and E over the wall and catch him by surprise. You will be surprised how frequently that works. It usually only works a couple times a game, but... Not the biggest deal, like everything's fine. Like you gotta reset now. Okay, finally. We're getting some plates, we're up gold overall. Who's up in gold? Jungle's up, mid is up. Top is up, barely. Hey, why aren't you using these? This is faster. like an E out. I say my E all the time for stuff like that. When we right here, we saw Ash. Right there, we saw Ash. This should be instant. We're hard shoving this. I think we play this a little too. Like you're kind of like you're kind of wandering around. Like you get this vision, but like we know we saw them. Like, and then not only that, then it dies. Like, look, this dies, and it tells you. Oh, I guess it won't show you on this. It told you that Ash was there as well. So I think that bot lane, you just need to hard shove. You should forget the ward. Like, hard commit. Because of it, they TP in and we don't get it. Instead, we lose first turret. Oh, I guess we got mid. So we didn't lose it. This is good. Lux barely survives. So right now, not the worst thing in the world. I do think we could have gotten that bot lane turret if we would have understood where the Ashe was and called to just keep shoving. We knew their whole team was up that side. Okay, I think this is the next Nugget play. Okay, you are, at this point, you are down. But you have TP advantage. But he has Ignite. And I guess it was very close. Like, you almost killed him. But why are you fighting here? So, here's the situation. Your team is down 2 Drakes. 2. They already got top of your turret. So you could push the wave, I guess. But you need to be at this fight. This fight is way more important because if you look at the document that we put out, that we're gonna use the same thing. I may make some minor adjustments, but we need to use the same one because I think it's the playstyle I want us to play for a while. Oops, that's not the right thing. Forms, Google Docs. All right, so it says, objective. Top has a few options while drakes are being taken. If we are winning in the silent and can take towers, we can look to hard pressure enemy turret. If enemy top TPs and the enemy team has 2 or less drakes, we can trade for top. If we are winning side lane but enemy has 2+ drakes, we pressure turret and TP as needed. If playing a tank engage, which you are, TP 10 to 15 seconds before. If no TP is up, push top out at 45 seconds and rotate to Drake, getting there 10 to 15 seconds before spawn. If we are losing, which this is because he has Ignite, I would consider this a losing matchup in terms of the 1v1. Stay safe under turret, clear waves depending on the type of champion, TP 10 to 15 seconds before or on Drake fight. We do none of that. We're down 2 Drakes, so we have to take we want to take this fight. We have a TP advantage, and we have a pushing wave. Like right now, I guess it's an even state, but we're down a level. He has Ignite, and we fight. This is 100% like, and this is 23 seconds before Drake spawns. Meaning, as your champion, you are supposed to TP in 7 seconds. Like, there is just no reason or world to take this TP or this fight. Even though it ends up being close, like, there's just no reason to do it. Now we're playing a flip game, and I think you TP in. Like, we get a pick. I think you guys actually. I think the team played this fight extremely well. How you guys played it was so good. And now you TP in. So, if you were at that fight, we hard. Right, we kill all of them. We kill all of them. The game is essentially won right there. So Just another. There's your second nugget play of the day. That's just a little rough. That was a good. You got to be careful with the portals of you need to have vision on things, and we don't have any on you. Because we have a pink, so dropping a pink, you just got to be careful of these pathways, especially with your team off the map. I think this is hard to really push up this far with your team off the map. I do admit it's not. It's a weird spot for them to be in. Just something to, especially with hex gates, you got to be a little careful of. Okay, you guys can play this slow. I think it's good to do that. I think we overcommit there. They and then in turn overcommit. Really good hook. That's not how you do that. You lead with Q first. I don't think you use your Q. Use it there, but you should jump in. Hit E when you jump in. And you Q her, and you auto them, and then you auto that minion that you killed with your ult. So I think you just we're a little off on the combo. You want to Q first and then lead into ult. So it's EN, Q, then ult, generally speaking. This is good. We got a kite here, Kog'Maw. You are playing too close. I think I'm trying to see why you walk up so close. Oh, you're just like right here. You walk forward, I think. Right there. Wait, why are we walking forward? I don't know if you misclicked. No reason to walk forward there. But that's okay. Overall, gold lead wise, pretty much all of it is in jungle and mid. Top is down a pretty significant amount. Yeah, it's pretty much all top and mid. Support's actually a pretty decent lead too. Thresh has a decent lead, which is kind of funny. You gotta be careful here. You are not stronger than him. I also think here, like, I guess your passive isn't quite up, so I understand. You guys could have actually played that. See, this is good. Getting the heals. This is good. Grab the heals. You should have just grabbed the heals. Now you get it. Grab the heals. See, kind of path away from it. You grab it this time. Oh, you almost get to it in time. It was close. So I think you could have maybe played around the blobs a little better there, but it wasn't like the worst. With their long range engage, you just got to be careful here. You got to be safe. Thresh needs to be. You kind of react late. I don't know if it wasn't called out. It should be. The call literally should be right here. It should be Ash arrowed, Ash arrowed, Ash arrowed, Ash arrowed, Ash arrowed, and we walk this direction instead. And we do that. So like from our so essentially our response time was 2:35. Ash arrow goes off. You should be able to communicate that. We as Thresh, we don't respond until 2:39 seconds. So about a 4-second response time. Where you could have been right here, and really what you could have done is you throw Lantern out and you flash over this wall and Lantern the Kog'Maw out. I think if you're close enough to there, Kog'Maw doesn't have to flash at all. Kog'Maw just cleanse and you Lantern him out. So I just think our reaction time, I don't know if it wasn't called by Mr. Primus or Primus, Mr. Taddy, but Primus, your kind of positioning there was a little awkward. It's also just before Drake, which really is rough for us. You gotta be careful of those plays right before Drake. You gotta be really careful because that's how they want to look for picks with the Ashe, right? So we just gotta be a little better about that. I think you guys, I genuinely think you guys played that fight really well. I don't think that was a fight you guys should have taken. I think it should have been, hey, we're sacking this. I actually think you guys played that fight extremely well, all things considered. I don't think you should have taken that fight. Once the Kog'Maw's dead and they have 5, we just have to give them the third Drake. It's not the soul. We live to fight another day. I mean, heck, they get soul, and we do win. So. This is good. I think you guys do a good job just committing to it. If you get that Q off. Boom, boom. I do think we stagger our TPs here for some reason. I'm not sure why we stagger it. Like this, we both stagger these. Why are we not both TPing here? Like, what does Lux do here? Like, wait an additional 3 seconds. So I think the TPs need to be a little bit more synced up. Because I think Ashe is already at the fight at this point. They're both dead already. If we just TP a little earlier, it worked out. But like I said, I think we just need on those TPs. We tend to be off by a couple seconds. I know you play Ornn. We gotta work on your skill shots. So you only have one. You gotta work on those Qs. So right now we're up, but Drake is spawning in a minute. I think if you're going to commit to this, you need to... You can't E here. I don't think you can commit to this because where Thresh is. Like, there's no... You can't E in there, Zach. Like, you lose Flash because you went too early when your team wasn't in position. So they used Ashar, which is really good. So right now, I mean, Soul is huge. Zach reset. And I don't think you needed to. You should not be resetting here. I guess it's 25 seconds left, so it's not like the worst thing. You should get there in time. Not the best reset, but that's okay. Okay, as a team, we need to be communicating here. We gotta engage. Okay. Right now, Zach should go in. Yep. Communicate. The Zach, again, the combo should be not Zach ult into, it shouldn't be Zach E into ult, it should be Zach E into Q into ult, because if you do this, the fight's over. Right here, boom, you Q them right here, and you hit Ashe, and you hit either Aesol or Brand, and you smack them. You do not ult first, you Q first, so it's just comboing properly. Because you combo, and you kind of make it so we miss the, we miss it. So you still are in the backline, which is good. You get the Brand kill. I think the rest of the team is playing decently. Cog, how you're walking up here, I don't love your positioning. You should be with Lux more. There you go. So you move back over. I just think you were a little too far over. You guys keep peeling. You guys keep doing what you're doing. I think just communicating on what we're doing, because the Drake is pretty low, so we're committing to it. Why does it get so low? He just commits hard to it. So during this fight, I didn't hear anybody saying, hey, he's on this. And we do try to get there in time. It's too late. This is good to keep going here. I think this is a good call. Don't chase too far. I think you guys go Baron. Yeah, this is the correct call. For Baron, you zone him off. Great. And we're out. So we win here. So the one thing we have going for us, we lost Soul, but we got Baron. The other thing that we have is we do outrange them with Kog'Maw and Lux. So, and I think we play it perfectly. How we play these fights out, we have big shields. We're doing the things we're supposed to be doing. Great hook. That was perfect. Just one shot the Ashe. We should absolutely we can't team fight. We cannot team fight at this state in the game because of the Soul. So we need to get picks, and we have really good pick with the Ashe and the Lux and the Thresh, and even the Cog has a lot of follow-up. I think this was a little aggressive on the jump in. It worked out pretty well, but that was a little scary. And we just end the game. That's funny that you tanked that. And then I think what you're doing here is good, is pushing them back. You guys get it. So I think some